Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere, you are welcome to the show. So in today's video, it will be Nigerian football transfer news. So where I'll be talking about and giving my opinion on a couple of topics, transfer related football topics, respect to Nigerian players. So first off, right off the bat, we'll be talking about Simon Moses. Simon Moses, it reports that he's nearing the completion of his move from French Ligue on side Nantes. He's been there for quite some time now, and then looking to complete his move to newly promoted Paris side, Paris FC, who are, I would say, territorial rivals of PSG. But of course, Marseille fans would say they are the main rivals, but they're still gained promotion to Ligue 1, and their owners are very, very wealthy. I think they're from the Renault family, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the market as they just gain promotion to the Premier French League. And then as well, hopefully for them, Simon Moses is first of many, and let's see how it goes. Hopefully he gets game time there and plays very well and continues to shine as he's been shining in Nantes. So what are your thoughts and opinions on his move? Do you think he should have been better served by moving to maybe the Premier League, the German Bundesliga, or maybe going to the Portuguese league, trying something different? Or you're happy with his move to Paris FC? Maybe as long as he remains in top flight European football, gets game time and continues to shine and play at his best, play at his peak, then I'm all for it. So let's see how that goes, and let's watch closely the development at Paris FC. Who knows, they may be looking at some other Nigerian players. So now the next one I want to talk about is Semi Ajayi. In a previous video, I had said he has been released from West Bromwich, but have released him, and I was wondering why he was still invited to the Unity Cup, even though he didn't have a club. So, but fair play to him. He has completed a 2-year deal with Hull City in the EFL Championship, and with an option of a 1-year extension. So good for him that he's completed that move. Good for him that he's got back to professional football, and he didn't stay out too long after being released by West Brom. Because I can imagine for a professional football player, being released is disheartening. It can be disheartening. You can imagine if for an academy player being released, it can be disheartening. You can imagine for someone who's been used to playing, and then you just got released. That can be very, very disheartening and confidence sharpening. But good to see that he's completed the move to Hull City. Hopefully he should get game time there. Of course, he should get game time there. If he doesn't get game time at Hull City, then he shouldn't bother, playing for the Nigerian Super Eagles. He shouldn't be invited. But hopefully everything works out well for himself and his family, and he gets settled into Hull. And now, this is a player that we haven't heard of that much. So his picture is on the screen right now, and he is Destiny Obiogumu. Hopefully I pronounced that name very well. He's on the books of Nuremberg 2. So they play in the Bundesliga second division, in the German second division, in the Bundesliga. And it's a bit odd for me because he signed a new deal and then he got loaned out to a club in the Bundesliga 3. So for me, it's a bit confusing because during his loan, while he was at the club, he scored 11 goals and scored 24 games. He scored 11 goals. So you could imagine, and it turned out that he was indeed the highest goal scorer of the team. So you would expect that, okay, this is a player that this team want to hold on to, or maybe worst case scenario, you could get a team just newly promoted to the Bundesliga, come up and say, okay, we're offering you 2 million euros for this player, or a team in the Championship could just come up and say, in the English Championship, could say, okay, we want to offer you XYZ, maybe 1 million, 1.5 million pounds for this player. But definitely what you don't expect is have the highest goal scorer of the team, loaned out to a lower division club. Now, that doesn't make sense at all. I don't know what you think about it. For me, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel like everything is okay. And that brings me to the question about the sort of agents and representatives that players, especially players of African descent, players who have dual nationality, and one of those nationalities being Nigerian, have around them. Because this seems to me, First off, I hope he goes there to this club he's moved to on loan. I hope he goes there, smashes it, scores maybe 28 goals in 24 games, or even 35 goals in 24 games. I just pray that that's how it works out for him. But for me, it just feels like something is not quite right, because you don't loan out your top asset. First off, you don't do that. You don't loan out your top asset who has gone out on loan and performed. Secondly, you don't loan out an asset that's performed at your present club to a lower division club. It just doesn't make sense. You can't imagine, for instance, if you have Josh Maja at West Brom and he scores, let's say, 15 goals in 22 games for West Brom. I don't think he would be loaned out to, Accrington Stanley or a club or some club in a lower division than the Championship. I think what we want to do would be to keep him close, keep him in the team, maybe try to fight off interest from clubs in the Premier League or teams that are high up in the Championship, but certainly not loan him out to a club in League One. So for me, it just seems odd. I'm not quite sure if the player has had good advice. Or maybe there's some other things. Maybe they've signed a striker that they feel is a lot better than he is. So maybe that's what it is. But I don't quite get it, because you don't usually sell your best players. And given the position that they are in, if maybe they're a side that was in the Bundesliga, high rising, maybe finishing Champions League spots, finishing Europa League spots, and then you have a striker who scored 11, 24, then you can say, okay, we're looking for bigger and better players, to come in. But even at that, you wouldn't be loaning that player to the lower division. It just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know what his opinions are on this loan. There's something someone told me, and I've said before on this channel. I just hope that's not the kind of thing that's happening, with this player. So, but wish him all the best, Destiny Obiogumu. Wish you all the best. Hopefully, he can crush this 2025-2026 season. Same thing as well for the likes of Semi Ajayi, likes of Simon Moses. And before I go, there's one transfer news I have to talk about. Reports and rumors have had it that that Napoli are looking at signing Ademola Lookman. Now, that would be perfect for me. Perfect. No, I said I want him to come to the Premier League, maybe play for Liverpool, maybe play for Chelsea as well, because he brings skill, he brings pace, he brings goals. So he's just an all-round top-class player, world-class player. But if that's not going to happen, then Napoli is the absolute place for him. And I tell you, if he goes to Napoli, he could win African Player of the Year. And he could be I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he would be in that, let's say, top 10, top 15 Ballon d'Or list for a 2025-2026 season when it comes to an end. Because people like Pep Guardiola, tiki-taka, pass the ball around, winning by 20,000 passes. People love Hansi Flick, high octane pressing, and they tend to look at coaches like, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte as dinosaurs, ancient coaches. They don't know what they're doing. But Antonio Conte gets the best out of players. He improves players. Look at Lukaku. Chelsea looked down on him. At Inter first, he went there, smashed it under Conte. Chelsea didn't want him. He went back to Napoli under Conte. Scored lots of goals there. Look at McTominay. McTominay not good enough for Manchester United. Oh, he's not good. Let him go. Went to Napoli. Crushed it. One most valuable player in the Serie A under Antonio Conte. So someone with already the knowledge of the Serie A, already top class player, playing under Antonio Conte, where the balls come quickly into the wide forwards or wingers, how you want to call them, in that 3-4-3 formation. Wow. That's something I would love to see 100%. So let me know some opinions on these various sort of transfer topics I've talked about, and Nigerian football fans out there, let me know what you think. Football fans of other clubs as well, of other countries as well, for other clubs as well, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this piece of transfer news. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and hopefully I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well and stay blessed.